Welcome back to Smart Mouth Beauty. I'm Heather. This is my sister Holly, who happens to be a hairdresser. If you didn't know that, where you been?
It's a big secret.
Where you been? So we have been doing a series in the 3 years we have been filming our channel called Ask the Hairdresser, and we are on volume 5. So today, a few weeks ago, we asked you to ask us questions, and today we're going to answer. And if you miss 1 through 4, they'll be linked. The playlist is linked down below. Where you been?
Okay, I don't know how to link the playlist. I don't know how to grab the whole playlist. So I
go
have
to our
like,
playlist and look for Ask the Hairdresser.
But I can only link individual videos. I don't know how to link a playlist. So if you could help me out on that, I mean, that'd be great. Okay, here we go.
Pause the video now and go get something to drink and go make the potty, because this is going to be a long video, okay? I'm scared too.
Because I never look at these. I never pre-look.
I know. Okay, so we're first going to ask questions from YouTube. If we don't ask your question, these are in no particular order. If we don't ask your question, it's because it's something perhaps we've covered before, which will be, you'll need to go watch the playlist. So, okay. Let's see. Shannon Lynn, mom of 3, asks, in your experience, do you notice subtle changes happening with age? I'm 48 and it just doesn't seem that my hair is as thick as years past. No balding or anything, just a density change. My hairdresser says absolutely hair gets thinner for almost all ladies as they reach 50 and beyond. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are she's correct. I mean, it's obvious that everyone's hair changes, whether you're male or female. I think it's natural, even in other animal species. You know, I mean, we saw Trace and Copper, my dogs, their fur even changed and thinned. Do you think your kitten's fur is changing and thinning a little bit around the face or the ears? I just think it's a natural thing. I think it's a natural thing. I think it's to be expected, but you know, it just, oh, okay. I think it's to be expected.
I know I don't have to shave my pits as much, if that's helpful.
Right. Right. I don't have to shave my legs as much.
Right. Okay. Emmeline Agnew says, I have been using the brand Hask, H-A-S-K, charcoal shampoo, and have noticed hair growth. Is this in my head or possible?
You know, I love the idea of charcoal shampoo. It can be very detoxifying if you've had some sort of an oily buildup or sebum buildup. It can strip away that or cleanse off that oil and can refresh and give your hair more bounce and vitality, because because charcoal is very absorbent. There are many uses for like activated charcoal, like even in a pill. Like if you've ate something that's upsetting your stomach and you take charcoal, it goes down there and absorbs it. They also, going back to the dogs, they also give charcoal to dogs who have like ate chocolate or like Drano. Like they will give activated charcoal to help kind of like absorb something. So if you think of that same way, if you have oily hair, charcoal on the scalp can help absorb the oil and lift your hair cuticle and kind of back up like.
But I can't imagine you'd want to use that every day.
I wouldn't unless you have seborrhea, which is an excess of sebum on the scalp, which is kind of a yellowy white wet flake, not dandruff. Dandruff is dry flake, but seborrhea is wet flake, which is kind of yellow. Somebody like that maybe kind of like use it a whole bunch and strip all that off, but I don't think I'd use it every day.
Okay, Dawn W asks, which brand is a good hair protector for fine frizzy hair when using hot tools?
I love, oh shoot, who is that by? Kenra. It's that blow dry spray. I think it's called blow dry spray from Kenra. That's one of my favorite because it does so many different things. I think it has a good slip to it. Also that It's a 10.
Yeah.
kind of has a cream.
In the purple cap.
The purple, yes, that has the keratin in it. And it's got a little,
silky.
It's a cream. It's really silky. It helps to control the frizz, but it also can be a heat protectant. And then I know you use that Hot Off the Press by Paul Mitchell. That can be a heat protectant spray.
On dry hair.
Right. Yeah. I'd rather you put something on wet hair, especially if you have frizzy hair. You need a cream or something before you blow dry, or
calm that down before the frizz happens.
Right.
Okay. Melissa asked, what are the best products to use for air drying your hair so that it still looks smooth and not frizzy, flyaway-ish?
That depends on the type of hair that you have. Some hair requires blow drying. We talked about that the other day because she came in to get her hair done and she had just let her hair air dry. And we don't have that type of hair that we can just air dry. The heat from the blow dryer helps close down that cuticle and lift the hair up off of the scalp. So I don't know. I don't know. Again,
plus some products are heat activated.
Yes.
And so if you put it in your hair and you don't use a blow dryer, then you've just wasted your product.
Right. But I do like that it's a 10. I think going back to that, something that has a cream. If you put something clear, like a clear gel, anything that's clear will be crunchy as you air dry it.
I.e. 90s hair.
So I would do a cream. Look for a cream, leave-in, something. I don't really know. I hope that helped.
Okay. CKJ127 asks, please do a drugstore episode of Ask the Hairdresser, covering shampoo, conditioner, as well as styling products that are okay for the hair that do not contain harsh or harmful ingredients. You could also do salon products episode as well. This is of great interest of me. She wasted money using Monat, and she's hoping to have regrowth and get her hair back to healthy.
So I have two things to say. First of all, I would love to do that, but I don't have time because there is a plethora of drugstore products and a plethora of salon products. I don't have time to do that kind of research, but I will help you. I have a video that I will link below that there's an app for that where I give you 2 apps that you can download on your iPhone or Android or whatever, that you can stand at the drugstore and you can scan some products. Each person out there, the products are so personal, that's why there's so many of them, but you can stand in the drugstore and scan 2 or 3 and you can determine what your level of what a good product is. Some people are hyped up on the sulfate-free, blah, blah, blah. There are so many different factors that you might be interested in looking for, like is it vegan, is it cruelty-free, is it this, is it that? Like, I don't have time to kind of go through and like play detective when there's so many out there, but there is a video that I do tell you what those apps are, that I think that if you want to go to the drugstore and scan some stuff and try to kind of deduce that down, you know, like the other thing, the Monat. Okay, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. Do you know I get an email almost daily?
I do, because we share an email account and I see it.
Well, but not only that, not only does it come in on our SmartMouth email, but it comes in on Facebook and it comes in on Instagram. It has come in on I get emails every day that Monat has destroyed somebody else's hair. And I try to give some feedback, but I'm just so overwhelmed with it all. I don't have the answer. I mean, clearly. I have tried several different shampoos to help recover my hair. I've tried that Veta, V-E-T-A, which is the new formulated version from the DS Labs. Because I had done like a Monat repair my hair video with DS Labs. They got bought out by Veta, V-E-T-A. So you can look online and maybe purchase some stuff that's very stimulating. There also was a Purador. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. P-U-R-E-D'-O-R. You can get it on Amazon, but it is a biotin and keratin infused shampoo that I also love. So those are a couple things to get you started. Please stop using Monat.
Just say no. We're also going to just say no to Irma.
Irma?
Because she asked, if I had to dye my hair at home, what brand or product would you recommend? I think I already know the answer.
I'm okay with this. Okay, listen. If you have gray and you are dark brown, like...
Which I think she is.
I think she is.
She's really dark hair.
If you have dark brown hair, I think it's okay if you need to color your hair at home. Safely, you can deposit color, meaning that if you have gray and you want to put dark brown on it, that's depositing color into the gray. You are coloring darker. I think it's okay.
But lifting is a whole nother
thing.
Lifting
or lightening or going lighter, never. I mean, do it if you want, but that's how hairdressers make a lot of money.
But is there anything she should look for when she's shopping at the drugstore, or are they basically all the same?
You're right. I wish I could give you that answer, but because it's something that I don't investigate,
we don't buy it, so
I don't know. But I do know that you can safely deposit from the drugstore. You know,
Mom used to do that, and she used to buy the one that had the conditioner with it.
That L'Oreal. I do like L'Oreal.
Right.
So if you have to do something at the drugstore, I would prefer L'Oreal, but something with a good conditioning oils. There's one with like an avocado oil that I've seen like an ad for, but again, because I don't use it, I can't really, I can't speak on it.
Kelly V asked, I have naturally curly hair that I wash every other day. On day 1, it never frizzes. On day 2, it always frizzes. I don't want to re-wet my hair on day 2. Is there a product I can put in my hair in the morning on day 2 to keep it from frizzing? She lives in a humid climate.
Okay, my number 1 tip for you is change your pillowcase. Go down to Bed Bath & Beyond or Target or something and get a satin pillowcase. Because what's happening is that she's looking good on day 1, she's going to sleep and she's roughing up that curl on a cotton pillowcase. Even if you got like, what is that?
Right, Egyptian cotton, like
I don't care. Get
count.
a silky woo-woo pillowcase so that you slip and slide over it, and it will help tame down that frizziness from the curl. Okay. I mean, right?
Yeah. SoCal Dreamer, how do you deal with a cowlick when you don't have time in the morning to wash your hair? The hot, sweaty weather leaves my hair standing up every morning. Girl.
Yeah, I got nothing. Everybody fights with that. Everybody
I have
fights
a cowlick
with a cowlick.
too.
Yep, I tease it. So there's
beat it down, girl.
There's two different types of cowlicks. There's a split cowlick, and then there's like a circle cowlick. So if it's a split cowlick, you take a little bit from this side of the split and a little bit from this side of the split, and you put it together, and you put a little dry shampoo there, and you tease it down so that you're locking that down together before
and
you
then you hope
down.
for the best.
And then you hope, yeah. If it's a swirl, I mean, you just have to, okay. But cowlicks that are kind of in the front, you could maybe, like if it's here that's lit, maybe you could tape that down while you sleep, or bobby pin it down while you sleep.
If you brush your bangs down while they're wet, there would be no need for this tape. And if you can tell us
you're old.
What I'm quoting,
you're old.
You are my new best friend, and I will love you forever. Old. If you brush your bangs down while they're wet, there'll be no need for this tape.
Wow.
Come on, Charlene. I know you got it, girl.
Old school.
Yeah, I know you got it, girl.
Old school.
Rachel B asked, what are your favorite hair trends of the past few decades? Big bangs, girl. Big bangs.
My favorite hair trends?
I'm saying my favorite hair trend. I'm allowed to answer? I really liked the Rachel. I mean, I'm sorry. I did. That was a hair trend. That was a big hair trend.
Dudley Moore. This is the way she wears it. Not Dudley Moore. To me. Oh, she has great hair.
Oh, no! That was for Nora.
I don't have an answer to that. I mean, okay. I am, because I push to get everybody to change their hair. Often I think that is exciting for my clients to come in wondering what I have in store for them, and it doesn't have to be as drastic as, you know, stepping out of my box. My box is way different than your box, but I do push them outside of their own box to do something different. But I loved the bangs that happened like maybe 10 years ago. Heidi Klum got those real sexy fringe bangs. Like I'm still busting that out on people. Like 70s bangs where it's kind of like long and like wingy.
I cannot wear that look.
No, you can't.
No, I can't do. Okay. Gina Lee asked, oily or dermatitis prone scalp but drier ends. Any shampoo recs?
I don't know.
That's a bad combination.
That is a bad combination. Because if it were me, I would treat the scalp, because your healthiest hair is going to come from the scalp. Mm-hmm. You can always deep condition the ends, coconut oil the ends, or cut them off.
Can I ask a question? I have a question for the hairdresser, and it kind of goes along with this. Should we ever... I read an article and I tagged you on it on Facebook and you ignored it.
Yes, I did, yeah.
They were saying how you should not be using conditioner.
I don't agree. Okay, because now I haven't done a huge amount of research on this, and that's probably why I didn't answer you back. But what I understand is that shampoo opens up the hair cuticle to remove grease, dirt, grime, and buildup, and conditioner closes back the hair cuticle. There is a different pH balance in both of these. So for me, if you are just shampooing, you're leaving your hair open for frizz, damage, vulnerability, environmental stress, heat stress. You're not closing down that cuticle. So I would look at it as shampoo opens your hair to clean it, and then shampoo closes your hair to seal it. And again, I really do believe there's a difference in pH balance of the two. So for me, I'd always condition.
But do you only condition the ends, or like in her situation, she wouldn't want to take it to her scalp?
You have to just kind of gauge on that. I usually like clump it in a ponytail and go down.
I do too, because because honestly, I'm conditioning so I can get a comb through it.
Right.
As like a detangler.
Right, because your cuticle
it's not leave-in,
is open. Right.
Yeah.
Your cuticle is open because it's blonde, and you have to close it.
I mean, how cute is my hair though? Holly just did it Friday. I feel so sassy. Remember my big hooker hoops? Don't be jelly. Okay, I just clicked on something I shouldn't have clicked on. Close. Why won't it close? Because it's stupid. Why?
You're gonna have to, yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Put you in charge of the.
Okay. Apparently this wasn't. Really had grandiose ideas that I was going to print these out, and we'll see how far that got. Okay. Sorry about that. Tips for sensitive scalp. Wait, did we just ask this? Oh, SoCal Dreamer, she snuck in another question. That's okay, I'm just kidding, girl. Tips for sensitive scalp. Which ingredients to avoid, which products are generally well tolerated?
I wish I could go over that. That would be a whole long
What do you do
video.
if you have red hot itchies?
Yeah, that'd be a...
Maybe we need to have a specialty video.
Scalp specialty.
Ooh, scalp specialty. Philippa Liedman asked, I have stick straight, very fine hair, and not a lot of it, that is color treated, and I'm in my early 60s. Help, advice on adding volume. Which shampoo and product should I use? Should I perm it? Don't.
Do you want to answer that?
Do it. Girl.
Do not perm it.
Oh, holy mother of all that is good and pure, don't do it.
I would actually...
Embrace your stick straight hair. Stick straight, fine hair, thin hair.
What she hasn't... So she said that it's color treated, but she didn't give me a lot of information about that, because I don't know if it's brown, like is
darkened, or...
Is it a single color? Because I always think that you can achieve texture and grittiness and volume with lightening your hair, because again, we just talked about you open your cuticle. When you lighten your hair, you open that cuticle, and a cuticle that looks like this or a cuticle that looks like this, which one is bigger, which one is more voluminous? So I would open your cuticle. So I'm not sure.
She could lighten her hair,
right? But I don't know. Okay. That didn't tell me. I would recommend to lighten her hair.
Antoinetta asked, what do you think about Olaplex for repairing damaged hair?
I think it got a lot of hype, I have purchased it. I have used it many times. Have I seen astonishing miracle results? No. But I do think that there's a use for it. I do think it's a good chemical to use. It increases my time with each client, which I do not have. I book extremely strict. My book is timed very, very strict. So I don't have time to use that in every service, but I also don't look to damage the hair with every service. So depending on what you do, again, we already talked about that depositing color closes the hair cuticle and it makes it shiny. But if I were to open the hair cuticle, depending on how far I'm lifting from their natural color, I may or may not choose to use that.
Okay.
So
Kara asked about keratin treatments. I have fine, thin, curly hair. Will a keratin treatment straighten my hair, or can it be done just to loosen my curls?
Correct. The keratin treatment is just a weighing your hair down and filling. I usually describe it as filling in the potholes. So if your hair is curly, the keratin will help fill in any gaps, which will reduce frizz and make it limper because it's heavier. But keratin treatment is just an on top of the hair treatment. So you put it on, you heat it up, you seal it in, and then it will gradually come off of your hair. It does not penetrate the cuticle enough to, it just closes the cuticle. It doesn't go in there and change the structure of the hair. So I do two different services in the hair salon. I do a Japanese straightener, which changes the structure of the hair. And then I use the keratin treatment to just smooth the structure of the hair, fill in any potholes, again, which causes frizz, and makes it limper. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So no, it's not going to straighten your hair.
Erin is asking, can you recommend a toner to remove brassiness on highlighted hair between visits?
Yes. There is a shampoo that I love, 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 called Fanola, F-A-N-O-L-A, No Yellow shampoo. Unfortunately, the only place that I can find it is on Salon Guys. Might be on Amazon by now, but there's a website called Salon Guys, and you don't have to have a license to purchase from there. It's called Fanola No Yellow. They also have a No Orange, but I would stick to the No Yellow. It's in a white bottle with purple writing, and I love it, love it, love it. However, you have to be your own judge of how much tone, because it can be very aggressive. It also can be a little drying. So I would use it maybe 2 times in a row to kind of get your tone, and then use your regular moisturizing shampoo and conditioner to kind of prolong it. And then you have to judge if you use it maybe one more time or you kind of skip a little bit. But I would not use it every time because you would have purple hair for sure. I mean, that might be fun for you. It would be fun for me, whatevs. But it can dry your hair out. But that is the best product. Anything else out there like shimmer lights or purple or toning? No, it ain't anything. The No Yellow shampoo is like the big deal. Like big deal. Big deal.
SKHINZ asks, she recently purchased a home in Arizona and it has a water softener, but she has fine hair and it's not working well with the water softener. And when she goes to a place back home where the water is not softened, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So any suggestions on what to do differently when I'm showering with soft water?
Yeah, I don't know. I have noticed that can wreak havoc. Some people actually like softer water and some people like harder water. So I don't know what your hair is like first off, but sometimes softer water makes the hair feel better because it's reducing the minerals that happen to deposit on the hair. However, there is a product, and I've not used it, I just have heard about it, called Malibu C. There are these little packets called Malibu C that you can add into a shampoo or conditioner or maybe just with water and kind of get a buildup off of your hair. I'm wondering if because you transition from hard over to soft, you still have some sort of mineral buildup on your hair that you need to now kind of shed off, and then maybe that soft wouldn't be so bad. It could also just be a monthly treatment that you may or may not want to do, but Malibu C, and there's different versions of that. Is it
C as in the capital C or S-E-A as in the ocean?
Just the letter C.
Okay,
Malibu space C. And they come with different things, and I think one of the packets talks about mineral buildup or hard water buildup. So I'm wondering if you, again, if you've had that from the past and then now the soft is kind of just, but I'm not sure how to, you'd have to read the directions on it. I don't know how to mix it.
Melissa asks, and this is a big question, what is the difference between ombre, sombre, balayage, and melt?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Told you.
I'm ready for this because this is irritating because not you. You are not irritating. The information that's out there is irritating, and that's why you're confused. And so it irritates me. It just does. Okay. Balayage is the act of painting the hair with bleach to produce an ombre. Okay, so balayage is not the outcome, it's the way there.
Oops, I'm sorry. It's the technique or the process?
It's the technique, thank you. Yes.
It's a technique, it's not the outcome.
It's not the result. The result is called, and all of this is interchangeable. What do you think melt is?
I would think melt is a technique.
I think it's that
how
gradient,
you apply it.
I think it's a gradient look.
Okay,
when I think of melt or ombre, I think of dark, medium, light, where it looks like somebody has like melted like dark color,
and as it transitions down,
it gets like melted out. So that I think is the result. So ombre is just the darker root to mid to light, that gradient. So I think people are really confused because of the trendy words out there that are like color melt and ombre and, you know, diffused color. It's whatever it is,
things.
Right? But it's whatever it is that you want to sell it, you know. But balayage is the art of painting hair. That's kind of that fancy term where you can highlight the hair strategically lighter at the ends so that when you do gloss over it or glaze over it or color melt over it, you'll have that gradient. Is that the word, gradient of color?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I know that's confusing out there, you guys.
Well, I think people hear things and they think it's a new thing. They hear, oh, melt, oh, I have my hair melted or whatever. And they think it's like a new thing. And so I think it's terminology that's interchangeable.
Yep.
And it's more about perhaps the technique.
Or your stylist. Or whatever he or she wants to use.
Right. Right. Okay, I think we have one more question. Let me get back there. So on Instagram, ML Borman asks, she has naturally graying hair. Her brown is still dominant, but it'll lose the battle soon enough. So my hair used to be shiny and healthy looking. Now it's frizzy and dry. What to do? Yes. So she's got this new gray that's growing out, and it's different.
And it is different.
So what
gray hair has lost all of its pigmentation and it gets wiry, stringy, and rough. I would still gloss over it. I would still color it. I actually have ladies who have naturally gray hair all over and we do a softening gloss. Any kind of soft...
is it like a clear coat?
Yes. Yes, okay. And it would help soften that cuticle, make the hair more manageable. You can tint the gloss with some silvery tones if your hair is too yellow. Like sometimes gray can come out really yellow.
Grandma's hair used to be like that.
Right.
And she used to do a
well, but I think that was just more mineral buildup. So gray hair can look yellow because of minerals in your water, and you would have to remove that. So people try to counter yellow, like on the color wheel, across from yellow is purple. So they put a purple rinse in it because they didn't understand why gray hair was turning yellow, but we know now. So just saying.
We know now.
We can do some sort of softening gloss, which is a deposit only product, which I think you can only get at a salon, but like a clear coat.
But that would be a good option for her during her transition.
Yes.
To help it not be so traumatic. Out there. You know, it's easier to manage your hair, to do your hair.
I know, but it's a whole different texture.
Yeah. Mm. Wow. Those were some really good questions. What do you think?
It's always...
You did good.
So hard. It's always like my heart's racing, like my hands are sweaty.
Calm
like
it down.
I don't know what's going on. Like
you do know what's going on.
Just make shit up as I go along.
If you like this kind of video, if you want us to do a volume 6 sometime in the future, like maybe this fall, be thinking of your questions. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. And also go back and watch volumes 1 through 4. We'll link it in some manner down below.
I don't know how to do it.
And give Holly some kudos down in the comments section. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. My glasses are so dirty. I usually try to clean them before we film. They're really dirty. Okay. Check.
List.
We're hot.
Right. We're sober.
God. We went out the other night and I had just like only a half a margarita. Like we shared a margarita. Okay, we got the jumbo, we shared it. I was so hot by the time we got home. Like it makes me really hot. Any alcohol, beer, wine, bourbon, like bourbon and diet or like a rum and diet or something.
Hot or just hot?
No, just bitchy hot. Like strip my clothes off. I'm having a menopausal moment. Hot.
That might be hot for special.
It's not. No. 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 There's a lot of anger involved.